chapter 17, Jesus prays for himself in verses 1 through 5, wanting to return to the Father in his full glory. He then prays for his disciples in verses 6 through 19, stating therein that his disciples were diligent in keeping his word and that as a result they belonged to God as well. He prays for their protection because he knew he wouldn't be able to do it himself anymore. He then prays for all believers in verses 20 through 26, so that we may all join him in oneness with God, in the fullness of his love, with the Spirit. In chapter 18, after Jesus says these things, he takes the disciples across Kidron Valley to a garden. Judas knew where they would be, so he led a platoon of soldiers there to apprehend Jesus. The soldiers confront Jesus, and he demands that they take him alone to fulfill another prophecy. Peter, Jesus' favorite, defends Jesus, slicing off the ear of one of the soldiers, which, to be honest, I would probably do too. But Jesus yells at him because his time had come. They tied Jesus up and took him to Annas, the father-in-law of the high priest. Peter denies Jesus for the first time in the courtyard to avoid persecution. Then Jesus is questioned by the high priest about his teachings. Jesus answers honestly, but is struck for his abrasiveness. Then they carry him off to Caiaphas. Peter then denies Jesus twice more, totaling for 3 times, like he said he would. Then the rooster crows. Jesus then speaks to Pilate, or Pilate, Pilate. We're going to go with Pilate, after the Jews take him there. They didn't have a clear charge for him, but they knew they wanted him put to death for blasphemy, so Pilate questions him, but cannot find any charges to pin to him. They have a very interesting conversation that, honestly, is really worth the read, and reveals that only the Jews had an issue with Jesus. The Romans didn't even know about him. Then, Pilate releases an actual revolutionary back to the Jews instead of Jesus on Passover.